Peter, what can we expect from this episode?
Frogs.
It's ever so jolly just being a frog.
Welcome to IPK Public Access. I'm Alex.
And I'm Peter.
Frogs.
Frogs.
That is the theme of today's episode. Now playing one of our favorites, Frogs. And now spinning the Frog Prince.
And on display today,
Frogs. If you like frogs like these, consider contributing to our Patreon. This supports our local broadcasts and also plummets you into our wonderful community. We have a Discord where we talk about a lot of fun stuff. We have a whole deck forum page where you can post your decks and ask for feedback. We are in there every single day, having a lot of fun.
Yeah, come post your favorite pictures of frogs.
Yes, post frogs, please. Today only, Frog Day.
Frog Day, indeed.
And, you know, it is Frog Day only because Peter and I are discussing two of our decks that share a theme.
Yeah.
And funny enough, the theme is not frogs.
It's not frogs, although both of the commanders are frogs.
They are frogs. Yeah.
So we've got Glarb and Helga today. Glarb is mine, Helga is Alex's child.
Yeah, we just so happen to have two frog decks.
Yeah, and they both care about cloning.
So that's kind of the weird thing, is we both built Bloomburrow Frog commander decks that feature cloning.
Yeah.
Mine the opposite of his. Mine is in Bant. His is in Sultai.
So we swapped black for white.
Yeah.
And it changes the way the decks function a lot.
A lot. No, they both have very different game plans.
Yeah. On their face, they seem very similar, if like written down, but when you're actually playing against them, they could not be further apart.
Tell us about Glarb.
So Glarb is fantastic as just a general utilitarian commander. He gives you insight into what you're drawing by letting you look at the top card of your library. He has Death Touch, so he's a great blocker for early game, and then you can also tap him to Surveil 2, which helps you filter your draws as well as fill up your graveyard if you need to.
Yeah, Glarb is a powerhouse of a card.
And then on top of that, he also lets you play spells off the top of your library if their mana value is 4 or greater, which doesn't always come into play, but it's nice just having more cards that you can play every turn.
No, Glarb is a ridiculous value piece. I would say out of the two of them, Glarb might be the more broader card.
Yeah, generically good.
Generically good.
Yeah.
It enables more. Helga, on the other hand, same mana value, 3, different colors, of course. Helga has a similar theme of spells that cost 4 or greater, although Helga only cares about creatures. Whenever you cast a creature spell with mana value 4 or greater, you put a +1/+1 counter on Helga, you gain a life, then you draw a card every single time. It was a very fun thing to get to do on basically every spell you're putting down if you build it correctly. And you can tap Helga to add an amount of mana of any color equal to her power.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous when every time you cast something with 4 or more mana, you increase her power.
Yeah, she gets out of hand very quickly.
She does. And you can only spend her mana on creature spells that are 4 more mana, or X, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, or X spells.
However, the X doesn't come into play much for you because you've had another restriction onto your deck building.
Yeah, so my Helga deck, there is another video about the Helga deck. It was one of the earlier Test Kitchen videos, and I iconically have Karuga as her companion.
Yeah, Karuga the hippopotamus.
Yeah, Karuga, for those of you who don't know, he's a 5 mana companion, so he lives in the companion zone of my deck. And it says that I can have Karuga as a companion if every card in my deck is 3 or more mana. So the entire deck, there's nothing under 3 mana. There's no mana rocks. There are no mana dorks. It's just big things, basically.
Big creatures.
Just big creatures. It's classic
clones.
green, yeah.
Yeah.
And then when Karuga enters the battlefield, you draw a card for each other permanent that you control with mana value 3 or greater, which is typically all of it, because Karuga forces you to build the deck like that.
Yeah, it's a really interesting build, and Karuga's a great clone.
And Karuga makes for an excellent clone. Karuga, not the only companion that makes for an extra clone, though.
Yeah, I also run Gyruda in my deck, which unfortunately Glarb is an odd mana value, so I had no hope of having that as my companion. However, Gyruda, when you clone Gyruda, it gets out of hand very quickly, just reanimating a lot of things and milling and filling up graveyards.
Yeah, so let's talk about some pieces in Glarb that you like.
Yeah, so Glarb we've kind of built in a way where it is a reanimator clone deck. It's a lot of generically good black cards because I don't have a lot of black decks, so this was kind of where I slotted a lot of these powerhouses that I just had in my binder, like Bloodletter of Aklazoth, which when you start cloning the Bloodletter, it's like one hit is going to take you out from anything.
Yeah, black is such a good color for clones.
Yeah,
so much
some
good stuff.
Really good targets. And then one of my favorite combos in it is the Avenger of Zendikar with Mystic Reflection, where you play the Avenger and then you cast the Mystic Reflection before the Plant Center and you make them Avengers, and then you get like
a
100 plants and like 7 Avengers.
Or you target something else.
Yeah, right.
With Mystic Reflection and all of the sapperlings or
like
plants.
The plants, yeah. Which, I mean, if you target a Bloodletter, game's over. It's like...
I know, and I always watch him do this, and I'm always so envious, because I'm like, I want to run Mystic Reflection so bad in Helga, and I can't because of Karuga.
Yeah, so there are definitely a couple of clones that I'm able to run in Glarb, like the Deceptive Frostkite that costs 2 mana that you're not able to because of the companion restriction, but I think Karuga is well worth the lack of those cards.
I do too.
Yeah.
I know, I used to have, not to like, I guess we're bouncing back and forth, which doesn't feel bad. I used to have Labman in Helga, and the ultimate goal of the deck was just to clone the shit out of Karuga and then slap Labman down and win the game.
Yeah.
That was kind of the old goal. I took him out though, because I was like, I'd rather it be flexible. I'd rather have more stuff that's just power on board and hurt people. But which one of those is Curator Beastie? Again, I've talked about this card a lot. I adore this card. A 6 mana, and when it enters or attacks, you manifest Dread. So having multiple of these just means you are manifesting more Dread.
Yeah.
The fun part is that she also has an ability that says colorless creatures you control enter with 2 additional +1/+1 counters on them.
Yeah.
So
all of the manifested Dread are 4/4s if you have one of them.
One of them, but if you have 2 of them, there's 6/6s, and if you have 3 of them, and you're making exponentially more because you have multiple Curator Beasties. This is like more the build around in my head. Like this is the dream draw. Is I hit Curator Beastie. Oh, thank God. We're spamming
this,
we're cloning this.
Yeah, and you have another fun frog clone card in the deck.
I do, and you should run it too because it has flashback too.
Yeah, I know. It was just a major oversight when I was building Glarb. But
yeah, this is the card of the day.
Yeah.
Croaking counterpart. A little nod to what is it called?
Which one?
There's another
cackling counterpart.
Yeah. And it's a 3 mana sorcery that says create a token that's a copy of a non-frog creature, except it's a 1/1 green frog.
Yeah.
So you get it. It's a 1/1, which is okay.
Yeah.
And this also has flashback for 5 mana, which works really well in
Glarb
because you can
surveil it into
surveil
the grave.
Yeah.
Yeah, this card is really good, and it is frog-centric.
It is frog-centric, so run this in all of your frog decks. I ran it in mine. What else about?
Yeah, the other fun part with Glarb that you're not able to take as much advantage of is the delve mechanic, where I can just fill up my graveyard and then start casting much cheaper spells.
Yeah.
One of my favorite ones is Treasure Cruise, because Glarb lets me play it off the top of my library and also only pay 1 mana by exiling 7 other cards. So the delve cards are really good in Glarb because they are artificially expensive, so you can play them with his ability without... So it works out really well. One of my favorite turns with Glarb was... I started the game with a Golgari Grave Troll in my hand and skipped playing a land first turn to discard
him.
that,
That's
and
funny.
then turn 2, dredged it back to the hand and played a Tasigur on turn 2.
That's funny.
And the
That's
game
really
just like
funny.
spiraled out of control
Yeah.
very quickly after that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. All of the, Delve. Helga's just so awkward in so many funny ways, and
Yeah.
it ends up working out. Helga has, it, and this is something I wanted to get to, and we can start now, is that these two commanders are not clone commanders, right?
No,
and that's
on
the
their
critique
face,
that
not at
I
all.
see a lot. Is like, well, like, what is Helga doing to promote your cloning game? Like, why not just run like Adrix and Nev or
Yeah.
any other any other commander that makes a clone? And to you, I say, I don't care. No, it's just these commanders are just they do so much in such a
Yeah.
broad way.
They both have card advantage on them as a card, where Glarb has better card selection, Helga gives you more mana.
Exactly.
So they both work really well in separate ways,
Yeah.
and so like my deck needs more card draw, I would say, than yours
Yeah.
does, because Helga refills your hand, but Helga also has more expensive creatures because
Yeah.
she makes mana. So it's this really interesting balancing act between two very similar concepts
Yeah.
that play out very, very differently.
And clone is just so fun. My deck specifically more revolves around Essex Fractal Bloom, which is a legendary creature that says if you were to create one or more tokens, instead they enter as copies of a creature other than Essex, and I love that. A lot of the cards in this deck make tokens.
Yeah.
In the just for the hope that Essex is out. There's ones that create treasure tokens, which are great because I just get treasure tokens, but also if I create 2 treasure tokens, I can instead have them enter as 2 copies of Curator Beastie.
Yeah.
And then Manifest Dread a bunch of times. That feels good. They printed Moonlit Meditation later. That has the exact same effect, except I get to enchant a creature. And then every time I make a token, it's a copy of that. Look at that spider.
Where?
There's just a big spider behind the curtain.
Oh, jeez.
Come back out. Fuck, I just saw it in the corner of my eye.
It's like the tarantulas in the movie.
God. Are we at that part yet?
We're not. That's way later, unfortunately.
This movie is, he just peeked his head out.
I don't see him. Yeah, guys, the closet needs a bit of a clean. There's too many.
Yeah, there's insects. A little vine starts dangling down on me with the tarantula on it. Yeah, this movie is very goofy. This is a very goofy movie.
It's called Frogs, as we mentioned. There are a lot of frogs. I think it may be the most number of frogs I've ever seen in a movie.
We've watched this before, and this was, we had it sitting on the shelf. We're like, oh, we should do Helga and Glarb so that we can talk about frogs,
Yeah.
This is Frogs. It follows, what's his name?
Sam Elliott.
And
Known
he's like a
from-
photographer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, known from Tombstone.
Tombstone, yeah.
And he's like a photographer, and he's in like a canoe at the beginning.
Yeah.
He's like snapping pictures of a bunch of shit,
For
a bunch
like
of pollution, which kind of doesn't. Not okay. We can't spoil it. He's snapping photos of a bunch of pollution, right?
For an ecology magazine.
For an ecology magazine that he's working for. I keep looking for the spider. Apologize if I'm not looking at the camera or at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's working for this magazine and he's snapping pictures, and then that kind of doesn't matter because this guy in a speedboat shows up. And he's like, and he hits a speedboat and he flips over the canoe and he's like, and
he loses his camera.
And this mysterious girl on the speedboat, which isn't.
I think it's his sister or his cousin.
It's not his wife.
No,
because he has a
that out
wife.
later.
Yeah. And she's like, you should go back and help him. And so he goes back, and they take him to
this rich billionaire's
island.
Yeah.
They're like, no, this is where we're staying for the weekend.
Billionaire's island. I mean, it's But yeah, and it turns out the millionaire's trying to kill every living animal on his island with pesticides.
Yeah, we've got this billionaire guy, and he's in a wheelchair. He's basically invited his whole family over for his birthday, which is also
4th of July.
4th of July.
For some reason. So this whole island is just covered in frogs and other amphibians.
Yeah, and all the women are complaining about it.
Yeah.
It's kind of every line. This movie passes the Bechdel test because
they complain about
frogs. It's 2 women talking, they complain about frogs.
Yeah.
That noise is driving me insane. Won't they ever stop?
Stop complaining, Jenny. It'll stop soon.
King of the Log.
Yeah. But yeah,
That's a
and
good
so
scene. Oh, you're right. It does just
it
that's
just
so funny.
and then it just cuts back to the same scene again. But yeah, it's just like interspersed with like National Geographic type like close-ups of animals and lizards. And it's really fun.
They use it to like transition scenes, right? So it's like we get to the island.
Sometimes not even to transition scenes.
that-
Sometimes just in the middle of the
scene,
scene.
just frogs,
It's just
yeah.
like
I'm ready to play king of the log. Hey, Smith.
And it's very clear they're just like dumping them like in the buckets. This is from like
Yeah.
1972, so they didn't care about animals.
yeah, there is a scene of someone literally just throwing a frog. Which
Oh yeah, no, I mean there's tons of scenes
Yeah.
where like the frogs are hopping everywhere, and then someone like throws a frog in from off screen just to make
Yeah.
it look like it jumped.
they just keep finding more dead bodies and like at one
And the
point one
death
guy
scenes,
is
man.
like in a greenhouse and lizards just start like crawling around and
Oh my
spilling
God.
just bottles labeled poison.
Yeah, there's this scene where this guy goes into a
It's just-
greenhouse for some reason.
He's getting flowers, I think, for someone.
Oh,
Is the-
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's getting flowers for
There
someone.
are no flowers in the greenhouse, though.
No, I know, it's all
just
dead.
like, yeah.
And there's this like it keeps coming this giant lizard, and he's hanging out like on the top, and he pushes over this like glass jar that just says caution across
Yeah.
it. I think falls to the ground, and shatters. Like they're like shooting smoke into the
comes
scene.
up,
Yeah. And then
And
he
it's just
knocks
like-
over another bottle, which I don't even remember
Yeah.
what it's. It just says something.
Yeah, just more poison pesticide stuff. But it's
Yeah.
all like gas for
it's
some
all
reason.
gas for some reason. Then he dies in the greenhouse because it's in a
he
greenhouse.
like chokes to death and
Yeah.
can't find the exit. Yeah, every time that
Oh
you
my
see a
God.
dead body in the movie as well, it's just covered in like an assortment of reptiles,
Yeah.
amphibious creatures.
It's like they had a sack of
yeah.
amphibians that was like
And they're like
throwing
they're
them
not
out.
doing anything. They're just kind of like sitting on the body that's like
They're
trying
chilling.
not to move
Yeah.
as much as possible.
Well, it's hard to make a lizard intimidating in any way, you know.
And they're small lizards too. They're not like, I mean, there are the big ones, but they don't come anywhere near
No,
to the actors at any point.
I think
in
the
the
scariest thing in the movie is this giant snapping turtle
movie. Oh yeah,
at
that was
the end.
menacing.
That was pretty freaky.
Yeah.
That was freaky. But this is such a fun, like, this is a good, not B movie, but bad movie. I
Yeah,
guess.
it's like they clearly had budget. They just showed up unprepared to like make frogs menacing.
I think just at the end of the day, the script wasn't very strong, and they're
No.
like, well, like, the movie's called Frogs, but there are frogs everywhere. Granted, there are frogs
Everywhere,
I mean,
yeah.
they're looking out the window.
God. They're all over out there.
And there's like every scene is painted over the sound of frogs.
Yeah,
like
it's
they just have this
croaking
one
for an
like
hour and a half.
yeah, they have this one like soundtrack of frogs that they just like layer over the entire thing. But the frogs don't like. I was wanting scenes where the frogs are jumping. Ah, what the fuck? Like there's frogs on me.
Yeah, the
Never
whole time I
happens.
was like convinced we were gonna get some forced perspective gag. And it
Yes,
was gonna be
yeah.
like a giant frog that was made by the pesticides that
That
was
would have
throwing
been cool.
everywhere.
That would have been really cool.
And then it just, nope, doesn't happen. There's like one shot of frogs climbing on someone
Yeah.
at the very end of the movie.
The way that Frogs ends, for anyone who cares, they get away, and that's kind of it.
Some of them get away.
So
There's
the main guy.
two kids escape. And then everyone else
They
is
leave the
dead in a
handicapped
bayou.
dad.
Yeah.
And then they get in a car, and this woman and her son in there, and she's like, I can't believe there's no one out on the 4th of July.
That's the other thing that we didn't mention is that there are some characters that try to escape on a boat earlier.
It doesn't work.
And well, they get to off the island and just no
Disappear,
one's there.
yeah.
Like everyone has been
Oh, yeah,
killed
everyone's
by
gone.
frogs
We
or
don't know why.
something. Yeah.
And then they just get away.
Yeah,
They're fine. I don't know.
Are they fine?
I don't
Because
know.
There's like a shot of like snakes and frogs coming at them, and then when the other people show up, they find their like luggage on the shore. And they're
I
like,
forgot. I
Oh
don't
man,
remember
something
that.
must have happened. But it's like all off screen.
That's so funny.
No explanation.
There's so much that happens off screen. Like it'll just
Yeah.
cut, and the woman's got like blood all over her. And it's like,
Oh yeah,
what happened?
There's a shot where it's just a rattlesnake and it lunges at the camera,
Oh, yeah.
and then it cuts, and then there's just like a woman bleeding now, and you're like,
That's
yes, she
really
was
funny for
supposed
that.
to be bitten by
That
the
woman,
snake.
that woman has a fierce battle with like a
Oh,
tree at one point.
Yeah, the forest is not her friend.
Oh, no.
She's like trying to like catch a butterfly with a literal net.
Oh,
She's
that
just
was
like
funny, yeah.
wandering through the forest with a net. And then just like at the end, she walks into like a vine that catches her throat and she freaks out and then just like pauses and is like, okay, I wasn't supposed to react like that.
This is the scene where this guy like he's on the ground here, and then like these tarantulas keep coming. Content warning for arachnophobia.
Yeah.
But like the spiders come and they start crawling all over him, and then just like vines start
Just
to
start
grow,
getting,
get lowered onto him, and he gets like now he's covered in vines for some reason.
Yeah.
He also, I forgot, he's just walking around. Literally just like walking like a normal guy. He's got a gun. He just trips on like a rock and he shoots himself in the leg and he falls over and that's it. That's how he dies.
Scene
and then this happens.
Yeah.
That was the
so
funniest
funny.
part. Because like,
Yeah.
I don't know, Peter and I are just like, we're probably like sitting there watching it and then a gunshot goes off. First gunshot in the whole movie.
Yeah. And it's like for no reason. It's like the only...
Blink and you'll miss it.
Yeah, truly.
Well, this was our two frog decks. Clone decks. I guess as a
frogs.
final thing is like, if you ever... I think about how like Helga, right? I remember when she was first spoiled. I was like we saw the art, right? I think the Helga art got revealed first. I was like, oh my god, this frog looks so cool. I can't wait to build it. And then I saw what it does. I was like, great, like just an everything card.
Yeah.
But I think an everything card is not to be scoffed at and more to be like, well, great, what like truly abysmal shit can I do with this?
Yeah.
Like what actually like what can be enhanced here?
Yeah, or like what restriction can you lean into on the card? Like Helga
True,
being
yeah.
like, okay, she seems really generically good. She gives you card draw, life gain, mana, but you need to do 4 or greater.
Yeah.
So then it's like, okay, what if I just lean hard into that and
Super
ignore
hard,
the
yeah.
X and just be like, okay, big creature stompy, let's go.
Yeah. There's one X spell that I doppelgang.
Oh,
I wish
yeah.
to God I could put doppelgang in this deck. Sometimes I just think like if I could just put doppelgang, like I would kick Karuga out just
for doppelgang. Yeah.
No other 1 or 2 mana spells because doppelgang's
XX.
no, it's
no.
green blue XXX.
Oh, 3 X's.
Because it's you make X copies
of X target
creatures.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you don't have to pick your own.
Yeah.
It's not you control. It's just any. Yeah. So it's like 5 mana, you get 1 copy of one thing. 8 mana, you get 2 copies of 2 things.
Yeah.
11 mana, you get 3 copies of 3
yeah, that's
things,
nuts.
which is ridiculous. 9. You get 9
9
things
creatures,
off an 11. And with Helga, like 11 mana is nothing.
It's very easy to
Yeah,
get there.
Doppelgang is so cool. I wonder if I could find a card that's like, grab a spell from exile or
Right,
you own from
the
outside the
wish
game.
list
Yeah,
or
put on
something.
wish.
That's so funny.
But yeah, I encourage you, same with Glarb. Like, you see Glarb, so generically good.
Yeah.
I had a Glarb list for Birthing Pod.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, well, this is a perfect, like, you can just hunt for Birthing Pod with Surveil, and then you can make it a graveyard deck, because that's what Birthing Pod likes to do, is put creatures in the graveyard. Ta-da!
We're done.
We're done. Fun thing. Like, pick the thing that you want to do most, and don't be afraid to lean into the really obvious, like, the good option, right?
Yeah. Initially, Glarb was just like, I threw every good black spell that I had.
Yeah,
and just legendaries as well. And then after a while, I was like, I want to make clones of these guys.
Yeah.
And then, like, took out all of the legendary things.
Oh,
except
yeah,
for,
there's, like, no legends
There's, like, 2 or something. And then the rest of it is just clones and Reanimator.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's
we'll
really fun.
We can do videos on just clone. Like, be fun to do a video on,
best
like...
clones.
Yeah, best clones. Yeah, kind of. But like a video more about like clone as like a theory, right? It's like here's my philosophy
yeah.
on clones. You know, that'd
The
be a good
clone
video.
theorem.
The clone theorem. Here's what I think about your damn clones. I don't get to run Mystic Reflection or the fucking dragon one.
Yeah, and the
Or Phantasmal Image.
yeah, what's the one from Doctor Who? The like flesh duplicant. That
Oh
was
yeah, I can't
crazy.
run Flesh
Yeah.
Duplicant. I can run Endless Evil. I should get a copy of that because it
Endless
also
Evil
makes
is
it okay.
fun. Yeah. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed Frogs.
Frogs.
We'll have some more fun lists in the future for you
Yeah,
guys.
comment below what kind of video you want to see next. Oh, I didn't talk about Conclave Evangelist, but that's okay.
Yeah. Also, share your favorite frog card. We might need them for the list.
We may need them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, bye!
Thanks for watching.